Happy birthday, Gemini. This video is going to be all about the sign Gemini. I know that I did a video with a friend of mine a while back about Gemini's bad reputation, but I am going through every single sign each month when it's their birthday month. So I want to make sure that I get Gemini in also, just to be fair. I'm going to start doing a couple more videos too. Again, always feel free to tell me what you want me to talk about that has to do with astrology, but I'm going to try to increase my videos a little bit so I get going on something else and then I just don't end up doing videos about stuff. But you guys know I'm a certified teacher. I like to teach astrology, so that's what these videos are for. These are basic astrology videos. I'm not getting into the in-depth nitty-gritty, and I'm always, for the most part, talking at this point about Western astrology, not sidereal or the Eastern system, which is different but just as accurate and also very interesting. Okay, so Gemini is the third sign, okay, in the zodiac. And as you guys know from my other videos, there are a couple signs that don't exactly have really good reputations. One being Scorpio, one being Gemini, and I think the other sign that doesn't have a really good reputation is the sign Capricorn, and that is because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and we always kind of think of Saturn as like a wet blanket, you know, the just not fun, the party pooper, you know, because Saturn is slow, and but it's not true. And somebody had written on one of the videos that she doesn't, you know, she wouldn't judge somebody on their sun sign, which is clearly intelligent. We can't lump all people into if they're good or bad according to their sun sign. I will say from first-hand experience, because of the nature of what I do, I know a lot of people. So I have known every single sign in the zodiac. I think I've had a friend of every single sign in the zodiac. So there's not one sign that I can say like, no, I'm not dealing with this one or whatever. Now, Gemini has a bad reputation. Now, Gemini is an air sign similar to Libra and Aquarius, and it is of immutable or changeable nature, okay? So, and as you guys know, the symbol is the twins. So with that symbol, we have the duality that goes on. And sometimes these people have a reputation of being maybe two-faced a little bit, maybe not being the most honest people in the zodiac, but that's not totally fair either, and you really have to look at the individual. And like I always say, we have Mercury and Venus either in our sun sign, 2 signs before, 2 signs after. Now, I have a certain rule that I follow. I look at charts and do astrology all day. Obviously, I have since I was, I don't know, the past 25 years or something. So everything with me is astrology. You know what I mean? I'll talk to somebody on the street and I'm like, oh, I bet you they got Mercury conjunct Pluto. You know, that's the way I think. That's the way I've always thought. But the thing is that, you know, they have this, I just forgot what I was talking about, so I'm trying to recap this. They have this tendency to come across as maybe not as loyal as some of the other signs. But what I have found, I was talking about Mercury and Venus, that's what I was talking about. So when I meet somebody new, and I want to give this person a chance, one of my things I do is I don't look at their chart. I never look at their chart. But being that I'm an astrologer, like I have to look at the ephemeris, you know, like I can't control myself. I just have to know, I don't need to know all the houses and all that, but I need to know where Mercury and Venus is, because Mercury is so important. It's the way you communicate, and Venus is so important. You know, I just want to know how they're going to treat me, you know, that kind of thing. And sometimes, you guys, I gotta be honest, when they have one of those planets in Gemini, I'm like, I don't know about this one. I don't want to be like, have a closed mind and not be open-minded to people. But the Gemini's got the reputation. Now, as friends, they're great. They're kind of like Leos, Sag, other Scorpios. They're life of the party. They're fun, you know? But I do want to go over some good things and some bad things about Gemini. The good things, they are, for the most part, pretty intellectual. These are people that can take on, and I think they like to take on many different tasks at once. I'm not a doctor, I can't diagnose, but there's always a little attention deficit to the vibe of a Gemini, but they'll start something and then I'll have something else going on and something else going on and something else going on, and they can be very successful too. But one thing I always want to warn them about is not to be, too all over the place with having too many things set up. We want to get a goal and get going with it and finish it and then move on to the next one. But they are good multitaskers, so they can actually do this and be successful. They're one of those signs that can actually, have several different projects going at one time and do a really good job with those projects. But sometimes they get carried away with their thoughts. They're thinkers. They're definitely the thinkers, ruled by Mercury. And somebody with a Mercury conjunct the sun, they're also thinkers. They may not be a Gemini, but they're also they're people that think. Their mind just never stops going. So, and they can be witty and they can be charming. And, like I said, they're fun. You typically don't have a boring time with a Gemini or with people with a lot of planets in Gemini. That's what I've found. Would I date them? I like them. No, probably not. I would have to look and see what other aspects and stuff were going on. But, I do like Geminis and I like every sign. So I want to clarify that. I'm not ever really talking bad about any sign. We all have good and bad with us, and every sign has good and bad tendencies. So I'm not trying to say, but for me, I have a lot of water and a lot of fixed and, some fire and air and stuff. But Gemini is a little bit sometimes too scattered for my vibe, as far as long-term type thing. Friends, fantastic. On the negative, so like I said, these people are highly intelligent. They're witty, they're charming, they're really good at sales. A real true Gemini is really, really, really good at sales. And it's not because they're phony. That's not what it is. It's because they really can talk to people well. They can connect with other people really well. So, and they're social, and people like that. It's fun. They're fun to meet and be around. They can be really, really, really entertaining people. On the negative, because of that, I guess I would want to call it a lack of focus, with one thing. I'm not going to say they're not loyal, because I know plenty of Geminis that are loyal to their husbands and wives and everything else, but there can be that kind of, it's almost like they don't seem like they care as much, about the relationship aspect of it, because they're all over the place. So for somebody more emotional or sensitive, like a Pisces, I would probably, be like, okay, again, I'd have to look at the whole chart. I'm making broad statements here, but kind of tread carefully with that, because the water, more Pisces, more Cancer, but a lot of Cancer subplanets in Gemini, they would have a hard time with that kind of energy, just like they would have a hard time with a Sagittarius energy too. I find Sagittarius and Gemini work well together though. But anyways, so if you're the kind of person that is really, really, really like, oh, I just want this, deep romantic love. Oh, just check and see what planets are in Gemini, But if you're like a party person, you just want to have a good time and, whatever, definitely, and so that's why they have a bad reputation. They also have a bad reputation for being two-faced. The reason why they have a bad reputation for being two-faced, don't forget, Gemini rules the third house in astrology, and that's communication of all forms. It's travel, it's neighbors, it's gossip. Okay, it is gossip. So it's like low level communication too. So the reason, and I don't want somebody to get mad and be like, I'm not a gossip, I'm a Gemini, but they have, just people that like to talk, you know what I mean? And same thing with a lot of Mercury aspects, but, so in a nutshell, people would say their worst quality would be not being loyal to maybe even one certain objective or task. Maybe it's not even a person, but that's just the way their brains are wired. It's wired like that. So this is Gemini in a nutshell. And any questions, comments, anything else, please feel free to write below. Thank you, and see you guys next time.